Have you ever wondered why so many European countries seem to have it all figured out? High standards of living, strong economies, and happy citizens. Is there some kind of secret sauce? Well, it's not a secret, but it is a fundamental shift in perspective. It's about playing the long game, investing in their most valuable asset, their people. Today, we're diving deep into why Europe's people-first strategy isn't just a nice idea, but a powerful engine for long-term prosperity. Let's start with a simple question. What makes a country truly wealthy? Is it just about GDP, stock market performance, or the number of billionaires? Many European nations would argue that true wealth is a healthy, educated, and secure population. They operate on a principle that might sound counterintuitive in a world obsessed with quarterly reports, prioritizing long-term societal well-being over immediate financial gains. This isn't about charity. It's a strategic investment with incredible returns. Think of it like this. You can build a factory, and that's great for the economy for a while. But what if you invest in educating the people who will one day design even better factories or create entirely new industries? That's the European model in a nutshell. It's a philosophy that sees a citizen not as a mere worker or a consumer, but as a potential innovator, a caregiver, a community builder, a person with lifelong potential. The cornerstone of this entire approach is education. In many parts of Europe, education isn't seen as a commodity to be bought and sold, but as a fundamental right and a public good. From Finland to Germany to Denmark, you'll find that higher education is either completely free or incredibly affordable, even for international students. Now, you might be thinking, who pays for all this? The answer is everyone through taxes. But it's seen as a collective investment. Why? Because an educated population is a more productive population. People with degrees tend to earn more, which means they pay more in taxes over their lifetime. They are more likely to start businesses, creating jobs for others. They are more innovative, driving scientific and technological progress that benefits the entire economy. A highly educated workforce attracts international companies, further boosting economic growth. So, while the upfront cost of free college is high, the long-term economic payback is massive. It turns the brain drain into a brain gain, but it's not just about university degrees. Germany's dual vocational training system is a world-renowned example of another approach. Young people can split their time between classroom instruction and on-the-job training at a company. They earn a wage while they learn a skilled trade, and by the time they graduate, they have years of real-world experience and often a guaranteed job. This system creates a pipeline of highly skilled workers for industries like manufacturing and engineering, preventing skills shortages and keeping youth unemployment low. It recognizes that academic paths aren't for everyone and provides a respected, stable alternative that leads to a great career. It's about valuing every kind of talent and contribution. And the investment doesn't stop when you get your first job. The concept of lifelong learning is deeply embedded in the European mindset. The world is changing fast, and the job you have today might not exist in 10 years. European governments and companies heavily invest in retraining and upskilling programs to help workers adapt. This creates a resilient and flexible workforce that can navigate economic shifts. It gives people security, knowing that even if their industry declines, they have a pathway to a new career. It's a proactive approach rather than a reactive one. Now, let's talk about the other side of the coin, the welfare and prevention systems. This is often misunderstood. The European social safety net isn't about creating dependency. It's about providing a foundation of security so people can take risks, be creative, and live healthy lives. Think about healthcare. Universal healthcare systems ensure that a sudden illness doesn't lead to financial ruin. When people aren't worried about massive medical bills, they're more likely to seek preventative care, which keeps them healthier and more productive in the long run. It also means an aspiring entrepreneur can leave a stable job to start a business without fearing the loss of health insurance for their family. It's a system that liberates people to pursue their potential. The same logic applies to generous parental leave policies. When parents can take time off to bond with their newborns without financial penalty, it leads to better health outcomes for both children and parents. It supports gender equality, allowing both mothers and fathers to be involved. And those children who get a healthy, stable start in life are more likely to grow into healthy, stable adults. Again, it's a long-term investment. You're not just supporting a family today. You're nurturing the next generation of citizens and workers. This focus on prevention is key. Instead of just dealing with problems after they arise, the system tries to prevent them from happening in the first place. This is visible in public health initiatives, affordable childcare, and support for mental well-being. By addressing the root causes of social problems, poverty, lack of opportunity, poor health, you reduce the need for more expensive interventions down the line. It is cheaper to fund a community youth center than it is to deal with the consequences of youth crime. It is more effective to offer subsidized childcare than to deal with the long-term economic impact of parents being forced out of the workforce. So when you put it all together, accessible education, robust vocational training, lifelong learning opportunities, and a strong social safety net, you create a powerful cycle. An educated and healthy population is more innovative and productive. A productive economy generates the tax revenue needed to fund these very systems. It's a self-reinforcing loop of prosperity and well-being. Of course, no system is perfect. European countries face their own challenges, from high tax rates to bureaucratic hurdles and an aging population. And this model may not be a one-size-fits-all solution for every country in the world. But the core principle holds a universal lesson. Investing in human capital isn't just a social policy. It's the most powerful economic strategy there is. It's a shift from asking how much does this cost today to what is the return on this investment over the next 30 years. It is about understanding that a nation's greatest wealth isn't in its banks or its buildings, but in the health, skills, and creativity of its people. By putting people first, Europe has shown that you can build societies that are not only economically competitive, but also more equitable, resilient, and, frankly, better places to live. It's a long-term vision that pays dividends for generations. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this perspective interesting, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into how the world works. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. See you next time.